live.
Hi everyone, how are you doing? Happy Monday! Wasn't it a lovely weekend? We had it rained, didn't it, Saturday night? But yesterday was a beautiful day, wasn't it? Really, really lovely. How are you all? Hopefully you're all okay. I'm knackered, to be honest. I'm completely honest with you all. I'm shattered. I really am. My brain, I'm running on empty at the moment. I need lots of caffeine. I'm hoping to get the last bits of Achanda finished today so that I can breathe before Friday, because it's been a busy few days. So how is everybody? Everybody all right? Anybody coming online?
Everyone's coming online now.
Yep, cool, fab.
Wait for someone to pop up.
Lovely. I'll stick my lip balm on. Oh, I was sitting in the sun yesterday when my lips are all dry today.
There we go.
Is it all going?
Yeah, Heather's coming.
Cool.
Angela, Sean, we got Wendy as
Fab.
well.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Cool. Glad you're all joining us. So, what have we got to tell you? So, first thing was we had a raffle go live yesterday. I think there's only 5 left. They sold really, really quickly. It's just £3 a ticket this time for £120 worth of stuff. But yeah, it's all Christmas because we're doing Christmas in July. Not the next week. Next week we're gonna have some Christmassy projects as well. So because I know it's like, oh no, it's only July, but as you know, as a crafter, if you've got stuff you want to get done for Christmas presents, we've got to start early, haven't we? We've got to get it done quickly. So we're going to do some more Christmassy stuff next week. So and we've got Christmas stuff going on the Achanda show on Friday. So yeah, the raffle went really, really quickly. We've got the free prize draw as well, our 100 Facebook Live challenge thing. So lots and lots of you entered. I've got a bag with all the fabricy ones, and I got a bag with all the woolly ones in. Okay, so because you could enter both. Okay, so but yeah, it was so lovely to see all of your stuff that you've done. That you've watched these tutorials and watched me and Sarah witter on, and gone ahead and made stuff. So it was lush. Thank you so much for joining in. It's really cool. So fabric, we'll do fabric first. We've got a really, really lovely little English paper piecing kit from Sew Motion. We see Sew Motion a lot at a lot of the shows, and this is a full kit to make this really beautiful little pin cushion, which, yeah, it's lovely. If you like a bit of hand sewing, that would be really nice. We've got a set of DMC scissors, which they're just super, super sharp, and they're really nice and pointed, so they go right to the end of the blade. And they've got their own little case to keep them away from fingers that might use them for something other than fabric. And then we've got one of the brand new Regency Romance layer cakes. Okay, so that's the prize for the fabric people. So this is the fabricy one. Yeah, so give it a really good shake. I think we had something like 85 comments or something in total. There were lots and lots of you. Lots of you. So, groups, can you pop your hands in there and draw a fabric winner for me? Let's go. Got one? Yeah. Okay, who have we got? Sonia Condon. You're the luck of the Irish as well. You had one of the raffle prizes. So that's all coming to you, lovely. Fab. And then we've got the woolly one. Oh, I want a bit of what Sonia and Anne have got, because they've both won a couple of times. And then wool. I've got wool, a massive wool bundle for the woolly people. So, what have we got? I think Sarah showed you most of this the other day. So, I've got 2 of the Boutique Swirls. I've got 3 of this beautiful coral, King Cole Calypso it's called, in like a lovely coral colour. So there's 3 of those. That's enough to do a nice project. There's some alpaca. There's some sock wool. There's some lovely baby wool. There's some brand new stuff. Actually, we were given this by the reps, these ones. Not those. That's the baby wool. And there's some special DK there. But these 2 are brand new ones, and there's more than enough there to make like hats or scarves or little blankets. This one's lovely actually. It's really like bobbly. It's got really quite nice called pearls, and this one's called Highland Heathers. So all of that is going to a woolly person. So Drew, can you pull a woolly name for me?
Yeah.
Okay, and that is going to Jill Fisher. Jill, congratulations. All this is coming to you. If you can drop us a little message on Facebook just with your postal address, that would be really helpful. Save us having to search back through people's names and all. If you could just drop us a little message, that would be brilliant. So, congratulations both of you for that, and thank you to everybody who entered, everybody who has joined in and is still watching. It's brilliant. It's really, really, it's just fab. I love it. I love the fact that you guys are still out there and still watching us. So we're going to look at boxed cushions today, because we've had a lot of people say that they struggle with a boxed cushion. So I've got two different things to show you, so two different ways of doing it. But I just wanted to talk about the fact that we're going to do some more Zoom classes, and I'm hoping to be able to finish that this evening, doing all the details, and then maybe Sian will be able to get them on the website. But I thought I found some of the Seminole quilting, just because people were asking what Seminole quilting is. I found a little sample that's half finished actually. I haven't finished it. I need to put the other border on. But I thought I'd show you this. So like Seminole quilting is, it was all based on like Native American embroidery designs. So, and it uses lots of like strips of fabric which you cut really small and then re-sew together. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you this little piece. There's lots and lots of different designs, lots of different ways of piecing, but it's a lot. It's one of those techniques that look really complicated because you end up with lots of little pieces, but actually it's not. But you sort of do it in strips and all. But that's one of the classes that's going to be going on, and it's all right. I was looking for something else earlier, and I saw this right on the top of the pile. I thought, oh, I'll show you guys a little bit of the Seminole quilting. So. So that's going to be happening. So who's there? Who's saying hello?
We've got Gina, we've got Wendy, we've got Sandra,
Lovely.
Linda Tomlinson, Anne says hi as well.
Hi everybody.
Jenny says hi as well.
Lovely, 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 lovely. Cool. Right, so boxed corners. Okay, I'm going to show you two, like I said, two different methods. One where you have seams and one where you don't. The seams one I think is probably a little bit easier than the non-seamed one, but sometimes there is a need for a non-seam. Okay, so I'm going to show you both. I've got a little thread or something stuck on me somewhere. It's making me itch. So we're going to box the corner of this little applique panel. This is going to be one of the door stops. Okay, so there's a little prep that you need to do first. It's really dark in here today. Is it me, or is it? Does it look dark, Drew?
It's brighter than usual.
All right. Okay, what we're going to do is you need to do a little bit of prep. Okay. So with box corners, it's a bit like Y seams. It's about allowing the fabric to sort of ease around the corner without the seams getting in the way. So this is my front panel. So say this was a front panel of a cushion, or if you were making boxed cushions for like a window seat or something, whatever your top panel is. First thing we want to do is mark in, because we're going to use a 1/4 inch seam allowance. If you're using a half inch seam allowance, or 3/8 or whatever, that's the markings that you would do. We're doing 1/4 inch. Okay, so we want to make sure that we don't sew. So normally, if we were doing like a pieced thing, we'd sew all the way across, corner to corner, and then all the way down. Okay, but it's a bit like when we did the mitered corners. We need to know where the 1/4 inch stops and starts. Okay, so I'm going to line the 1/4 inch of my ruler up like that, and I'm going to make a little mark there and a little mark there, and I'm going to work my way round. Okay, so 1/4 inch, and like I said, if your pattern says 1/2 inch seam allowances, you would mark 1/2 inch. Okay, but I'm going to work all the way round like this, just round the corners like this, so that we know where that 1/4 inch seam allowance actually crosses over each other. Okay, and so the thing we're going to be looking for is that point there where it crosses. Okay, if I do it in green, hopefully you can see. So that point there where it crosses on each of the corners, and you don't want to sew at all in this section here. Okay, we're only going to be stitching and stopping there and stitching and stopping there. Okay, if you go any further into here or here, the boxed corner won't work. Okay, so you just need to do that little bit of prep first. All right, okay, so I'm going to pop this top piece on. Okay, so this is one that's got seams. All right, So we are going to put the top piece of the box, okay, ooh, like that. All fingers today, like that on. All right. So the next thing I want to do is I also want to know where those 1/4 inch marks are on this. So I tend to line it up so that I know which side I'm marking, okay? And I'm going to do exactly the same on this one, just like we did on the other side. So I'm going to make a little mark there, and a little mark there, and then I'm going to go down the sides like that, okay? And like, where is it? There it is. Trying to do this towards you. There we go, like that. All right. So I know that I'm going to stitch from there to there. Okay. Is everybody with me so far? Everybody all right with this? Anybody having a chat?
Jane K says hi.
Hi, Jane.
So does Catherine Jones says hi.
Hi, Catherine. Right. So I now pop a pin through that cross like that, and make sure that it's pretty much coming out of the cross there, okay, like that. So I know that they're kind of in the right place, and I'm going to do the same on this side. All right, like I said, this is for if we were doing it with seams. Okay, I'm going to show the non-seam method in a moment, although it's very similar, just a little bit of difference. I'm going to stitch 1/4 inch all the way down there. Okay, so I'm going to do that first. So I'm going to squish over to here. I've got my 1/4 inch seam on, but you could of course just move your seam across. I am sorry if you can hear lots of noise today. Our electrics have been playing up terribly. I've got an electrician coming, and he wasn't supposed to be coming till 4 o'clock. And he just rang my husband to say, "Oh, I'll be there at like 1:30." So the kids are having to move stuff. The boys are all having to move stuff out of the way because to be able to get to the fuse box and things like that, because he's got to do lots of testing. Okay, so I've put my needle down on one of those points where it crosses. Okay, I'm just going to take a couple little stitches forwards and backs just to lock it. I'm going to stitch 1/4 inch all the way down. Okay, just a normal seam, and then we're going to stop at where it crosses. Okay, so I've stopped right on that cross like that. Alright, cut my thread. So hopefully if I come back over to this one, right the other way, we will be able to see that these bits here are loose on the ends. Okay, I've got a 1/4 inch loose on the ends. Alright, I'm now going to put one of the side pieces on, so I'm going to come down here. Okay, so obviously I've pre-cut these. It would depend on what your pattern says, but these do make really nice cushions. I quite like a boxed cushion. Okay, so again I'm going to just mark my 1/4 inch there and there because it helps, and until you're really used to it, it's worth getting into habit of marking those 1/4 inches. Oh, don't move the fabric though. So what did you all get up to this weekend? Anything exciting just while I'm doing this? Anybody do anything nice? I went to see my mum and my sister, and we sat out in the garden, which was lovely because the weather was so gorgeous, and caught up with them yesterday, and my husband built a shed for my mum. So yeah, but I managed to see my sister, which is lush because I haven't seen her since before Christmas. So yeah, it was really lovely, really lovely.
They were down for Christmas, weren't they?
Yeah, they were here for Christmas Day. Yeah. So yeah, I haven't seen them since Christmas. So I'm going to pop this one on along the side, and it's going to be really hard for you to see, but you will be able to feel where that point there is. So I've pulled all this fabric back out of the way, okay, because you don't want to catch it. Line that up and pop a pin through that cross through to the other side like that, but you want to make sure that you're not hitting, which I am just, hang on, there we go, move it out the way, so that I'm not hitting the piece that I put on first of all. Okay, and then down to this side, and then I do exactly the same again, so make sure that's going in there like that. Okay, and we're going to stitch all the way down there. Okay, just to repeat, we're going to work all the way round. Okay, so what's anyone having a chat there while I'm sewing this? Anybody done anything interesting?
Jenny said baked cakes for Bruce to take to work and finally finished the Lone Star block.
Ah, nice.
Then Tina said...
That's good wifing, missus. Cakes for the husband to take to work rather than cakes for yourself. Whew, not sure I'd be having that.
Tina said finally got our hot tub sorted, so was in that after mask making.
Lovely. I do love the hot tub. We've got one in the back garden actually. Phil cleaned it out all on Saturday. We refreshed the water and everything. So.
And then Sandra asked, "How's your sister?"
My sister is very well, thank you. Really, really well. So I've got 4 sisters. This was Becky, who I did see. She lives out in Evesham. And saw her, which was lovely. It was a really nice day actually. It was really good to catch up with them and catch up with my mum and spend a bit of time with them. So and we were lucky with the weather because we just sat out in the garden the whole day, and really lucky that the weather was so beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to work your way around. I'm going to put one more on, and then I'm going to show you how you would join the seams. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to pop the bottom one on, okay, and again I've left that 1/4 of an inch so I can move that over out of my way, okay, like that. Can you see I've left that little gap there, which once I put the bottom one on I'll be able to show you how that's going to work. So again, gonna make those little marks again, just so that I've got a little reference point, and it is really worth doing this. It's a bit tedious when you first start, and once you've done a few, you don't necessarily need to do it, but if you're just starting out with boxed cushions, it's definitely worth making those little marks. Okay, so I'm going to pop that one in like that. Yeah, the boys aren't happy about the dodgy electrics because they'll be halfway through a computer game or something, or watching something, and all the electrics keep going. So I've got somebody coming out today to have a little look at it, make sure there's not a fault somewhere. Okay, so we're going to again start here and go down there. All right. Sean put up, I believe, was it yesterday or today? I can't remember now, but I know I've seen it today. What we're going to be doing for the rest of this week. So obviously doing boxed corners today, and then we're going to be doing magic loop socks tomorrow. So I'm going to be showing you, rather than having to use double pointed needles, I'm going to show you how to do magic loop with a circular needle, which I love making socks. It's one of the few things I really enjoy knitting. I'm definitely a crocheter, not a knitter, but yeah, I really enjoy making socks. So we're going to do that tomorrow. And then Wednesday, I've got a new block for you, the block of the week. And then Thursday, Sarah is doing a wet wipe pouch, which, like your baby wipes, wet wipes. It's a really pretty like pouch for them to sit in, so you haven't got like the plastic on show. It just looks a bit nicer. And on Friday, while I'm up at Hachanda, she's going to be doing a turtle, a soft fabric turtle, which is really, really cute. So a little bit of toy making for you. Tortoise, turtle, one or the other. Okay, so I'm not going to bother putting the other one on for now because you've seen that lot. I'm just repeating this, okay? But doing these 1/4 inches, what that allows you to do is to then stitch this side seam, okay? If you didn't release that, you wouldn't be able to get a really nice, neat finish there, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do exactly the same on this bit. All right, so I'm gonna mark my 1/4 of an inch in on these pieces, and I'm going to stitch down there. But I'm going to leave a 1/4 inch so that I can put my back into this. All right, not put my back into it, obviously put the back piece into it. So again, I'm just going to mark that 1/4 of an inch. Any questions? Any comments there, love? What's going on?
Claire said I went to the beach with my son, had a lovely swim.
Oh, nice.
I made some more blocks yesterday and had a family walk. Ah,
lovely. Oh, I saw some of your blocks actually on the Gigglers page. You're doing really, really well, hon. And was it the arrow block? Was that one yours? I think that one was yours. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch from that point there to this point here. Okay? Like that. And what we're doing is basically making a box, okay? Because that's going to come up like that. So I'm just going to stitch that one into place. Okay. Now I would kind of push this, the front piece, right out of the way. Okay, you kind of want to make sure that you're not stitching that, so you're just stitching down that piece there. So let me just get this in the right place. Come on, there we go. Didn't want to move then. So drop my needle into there. There we go. Make sure that's lined up. And then take a couple of little stitches and back stitch or lock stitch, whichever you choose to use. And then come along. And then when I get towards this end bit, I want to make sure that I don't come into that seam. So slow down, okay, and go nice and steady into that seam. Okay. So we now have, you would repeat that. So I'd have put my side piece on and I would have sewn into the other ones, so that when you push it through, let me just push this through for you. When you push it through, you've got a nice neat, and hopefully you can get that, so you've got a nice neat seam like that when it goes all right sides out, okay? And you would end up with a box, okay, rather than a flat cushion. Okay, so that just needs pressing and then all that would be done. So I would do exactly the same. So that's if a box cushion with seams, okay? What I want to show you now quickly is boxed cushions without seams. So, and we use this method with the pie crust cushion. In fact, Drew, could you grab me that cushion there? That's like the square one with the heart, the square hearts, yeah? That's it, yeah. Okay, so some of you may have done the class with us, some of you may have bought the pie crust cushion. We've got a red version, which is like this, which has got a boxed corner on it, like this, all the way round. Okay, gosh, grief, that needs to go in the wash. I think the dog's been finding that. So we've got this lovely big box cushion, but there's no seams in this one. So what I wanted to show you was how to do that as well. You need that, and this is not obviously the right size for this, I'm just showing you the corners. You need to know where that 1/4 inch is again. So I'm going to do exactly the same to start with. So like that, and like that. I'm going to do the same this side. So like that, and like that. Okay, so I just need to, and I would do that on all 4 sides. Again, I'm not going to sew all 4 sides today. I just want to show you how to get around a couple of the corners. Alright, so I've got my strip at the side fabric. Let me just get rid of that big crease that's in it, because that will make life easier. I'm going to start about halfway down, okay, like this. And I'm going to pop a pin there, okay. You want to leave a bit of a flap for when you join it, because you do have to have 1 seam in it. You just won't have seams on the corners. So there would have been, there is so much dog hair. The dog's molting really badly because it's got hot. All her hair's falling out. There you go. You can see that there is just 1 seam right in the centre there on this one. Okay, which is what you'd get with this one version as well. Okay, but you don't get those seams in the corners like you did a minute ago. We're going to stitch all the way down 1/4 inch. And we're going to stop, and again I'm going to just mark, so if you sort of do this and you can see, right, there we go, I'm going to stop about there, okay? So we're going to stitch down and we're going to stop there, and then once we've stopped there, we're actually just going to pull this round, okay, like that, and you're going to ease that fabric round. It will pull across the corner, which I'll show you when I get there. It will do that round the corner, okay? It's supposed to, that's how it works. When you push it through the right way, it doesn't, you don't get any puckers or anything. It will work, okay? So I don't tend to use pins because you know I don't pin, but I also find it easier with box corners not to pin it because I've got much more manoeuvrability with it, okay? So who's there anyway? I just want to get down to the corner. Anybody having a chat?
Claire says, thanks Sarah, yes, mine was the Arrow block.
It was lovely.
Catherine says, hi everyone, sorry I'm late today. I'll catch up later.
Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to come down to here, and I've stopped right on that point, that 1/4 inch point, okay? Foot up, and then I want to ease all this fabric round. So I'm going to literally move it all out the way, like that. You might want to come through here, Drew. If I turn it like this, it might be easier. So I've left the foot in and I'm pivoting round. I'm moving the edge onto the raw edge here, like that. And you want to make sure that all of this fabric is out of the way, okay? And then when I stitch down 1/4 inch, sometimes it's easy. You know, you get the stilettos with the your machines. Don't know if you know what I mean. It's like looks like a long metal rod. It's got a pointy bit on the end. That works quite well, if not a pin. Okay. So yeah, see, I managed to just tuck that one up. Hang on. There we go. Oh, someone's trying to call me. They're gonna have to wait. Okay, so I've just moved all that round, and then made sure it's all tucked up out of the way. What is it, love?
I don't know. It's just sequence and numbers.
Ah, right. Okay. And down to this corner here. Okay. And then I'm gonna just make sure I'm 1/4 inch away on that one. And down we go again. And then I'm gonna stop on that point like that and pivot, and then I do exactly the same. So I'm gonna gently ease all this fabric round, line it back up with this raw edge. Make sure it's all tucked up out of the way. All this is like not going to get caught in the needle. Drop my foot down and away we go again. Okay. So I'm not going to go any further on that because you don't need to see all 4 corners. But if I show you this now, where's my scissors? I had a little pair of scissors here. I lost them. Hang on, 2 seconds. I need a pair of scissors. There we go, got a big pair. A little silver pair here a minute ago. Don't know where they've gone. That's fine. Let me just move the iron out of the way. Okay, so with this one, oh you silly girl, I've put that on back to front. Never mind, it doesn't matter. I wasn't gonna. It's only a sample piece. That should have been right sides together. It wasn't. I put right side to wrong side, but never mind. You've got the gist. Hopefully, you just want to. I would clip that bottom corner. And I would just clip into that bit there, just to ease it off, okay? Just be careful you don't clip your stitches. So I would clip that corner there and just clip just once into the curve, just to release that fabric a little bit. And then when you turn it through, on the wrong side now, you've got boxed corners. I don't know if you can see that. Let me iron that friction marker off. Can't believe I did that on the back. That was daft, wasn't it? But you get the gist. You've then got your boxed corner round like that. Okay? You would then do the same on the back as well. We do the same on the back, but you've got that same look as you did it, but instead of having a seam here, you haven't got a seam. Okay, so it just eases round. We'll just get rid of that friction mark. There we go. It just eased round and in. Okay, so this should have been on the other side because I should have put them right sides together and I didn't. But you get the gist, hopefully. I'll unpick that. You get the gist, hopefully, of how that goes round. So you've got boxed corners with seams and without seams. So hopefully that helped, because I know a lot of you had said you'd struggled a little bit with boxed corners. So hopefully that helps. Quite a little short one today, but that's really kind of all you need to know with box corners. There's very little else to do. It's just, I think, just be slow and steady and make those 1/4 inch marks. That's a really important thing, is if you've not done it before or you're new to it, make those 1/4 inch marks so that you can get round the corners. It's so much easier than trying to second guess yourself. So, any questions or comments there?
No, I was quite quiet today.
Ooh.
Jenny says...
It's Monday, they're all out in the garden, all enjoying the sunshine.
Jenny says it's nice to see you make the same mistakes as we do.
Oh, totally. Oh, God, love, I make hundreds of bloody mistakes. Yeah, no, that was rushing, wasn't it? That wasn't concentrating. Yeah, that should have been on this side. Right sides together, not right side to wrong side, but never mind. Hopefully you got the gist of how to get around the corners.
She said, I wish I knew this before making dog beds.
Oh,
making the dog beds.
Yeah. Those 1/4 inches. It's quite important. It's knowing when to stop and start. It makes a difference. So cool. Right, so I'll be back tomorrow at 1, and we're going to be doing magic loop socks. I'm going to be showing you some sock yarn we've got in store as well, as also some lots of different patterns for socks as well. So I've got some different patterns, some nice easy, if you're an absolute beginner and you've never done it before, really nice basic plain sock. And then I've got some links to show you, and we're actually going to go through a few, we're going to go through how to actually do the magic loop, because that's, you know, something different. A lot of people are used to double pointed needles, but I'm also going to take you through turning the heel as well, because that's something that a lot of people seem to struggle with. That's the bit that they kind of get a bit stuck on. So I'm going to take you through that as well. So I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Enjoy the sunshine. Hopefully you're all having a nice afternoon, because it's beautiful out there. Take care.